Gonna back out. Hey, what's up? How's it going? Hey, everybody, how's it going today? This is Mantis, and how's everybody on this Thursday? Hope you're doing well. Today we got a great show, and I'm going to just talk very, very short here. We have Beverly Zeimet, the lead ambassador from Rhino XR Studios, and also in virtual reality. So, Beverly, hi, how are you?
Hey, I'm great. It's great to be here. We are going to have a fun conversation tonight, aren't we?
Yes, ma'am, definitely. Yes, and you're so honorable, and thanks for being here. People are really going to enjoy the content here. So I guess go ahead, take it away.
Well, we're going to talk about concerts in virtual reality. And how many of you musicians out there are looking for a place to play, right? Whether you do a DJ, whether you're doing regular concerts, whatever it is that you're doing, maybe even just a karaoke night. But it's that music, because we all love music, because you know what? It kind of just gets in your blood and gets you all excited and gets you moving, and just loosens things up and gives you a way to kind of let the stress of the day go. There's nothing like a walk in nature or music, right?
That's awesome. Definitely. Yes, I know that. We love to play. Musicians, we're hungry for it. It's like a little bug bite that keeps at us.
Like a little mosquito bite, you keep itching it.
Exactly. So can we talk about it a little bit? Talk about the whole process. We have pictures too, right? Some really cool, neat.
Bring up one of the pictures, and we'll talk a little bit about it.
Okay.
It's what is the metaverse, right? What is the metaverse? It encompasses so many things. It encompasses everything out there in the virtual reality space and in AI and augmented, all of that stuff that's kind of unseen, so to speak, in another world, in another dimension. So take a look. This is like a DJ space, right?
Yeah,
and
cool.
It's all decked out. So there's different areas in here that you can go to, and the music just kind of fills the whole arena. It's in a dome like setting, and so we've got the lights and everything that go with it, and it's any kind of music that you want to play. We've leased this room out to different people. So the nice thing about it is, if you want to own your own space here in the metaverse, have your own decked out arena, that's a possibility. However, there's also spaces that you can rent or lease and just come in and have fun. So when you look at all of this kind of space, so if you wanted to have an event of some sort and you were a DJ, or maybe you have someone who wants to have a birthday party or an anniversary, right? Or just want to get together for a Saturday night of fun. It doesn't matter.
Cool.
But what a beautiful setting, right?
That is, yeah. And so they're actually playing music. I see a billboard in the back.
Right.
Speakers. So how is that pretty loud in there? How do you get in there? I mean, how would people get in there?
It's actually with just like a click of a button. So whenever you set up an event, you get like a URL link, and you just click that link. Now it can be a paid event or it can be a free event. It's entirely up to the person that's doing it, right? It could be a closed event or open to the public event.
Right.
right? And the nice thing here, when you're in the metaverse, right, you're out there in that virtual reality space, it's open to the world. It might be in the morning somewhere, it might be mid-afternoon, it might be in the middle of the night.
Wow, that's cool.
But it's open. And but back to your question, how do you get in there? It's with that URL link. That's a tongue twister.
Yeah.
And and you just click it with your mouse, and all of a sudden your screen becomes live in this beautiful arena. And you can do dancing if you want.
Awesome.
Right?
Yeah.
I think we got some pictures of some of the avatars dancing, right? And the nice thing about it is these avatars look real. It's not a cartoon character where we're at, It's actually brings that connectedness, and Matthew, isn't that one of the things that we've kind of missed over the last few years?
Definitely.
Is that interaction, being next to somebody, being in the same room, being able to talk to somebody by looking at them face to face, and just relaxing and having fun, right?
It is, exactly. I know we're all itching, and I have different groups or different musicians. They're all itching to get together. So this would be a really, really smart and fun thing to do. I'm amazed. So,
oh, definitely. So let's just say maybe you got 4 or 5 artists. Right. And they all want to play, and each artist takes turns. One of them's up there, does a couple songs, and the next one comes up, does a few songs, and then the next one, which gives a variety. So the audience, has something to look forward to, because now they're not just seeing one person. They're seeing 3 or 4 or 5, right?
Yep. As a music producer, executive, I want to get as many as I can in here, because they have to be, only because it's just such a joy for myself as a musician, and it's just amazing experience.
Well, I can tell you just come from the heart. I mean, music does that to you, right? It just kind of gets your heart just going.
That's right.
So
you want to see that? You want to see that, the other screen you asked?
Sure, go ahead and throw another screen up here. We'll show some other pictures. Right. But it's my understanding that you're actually kind of incorporating a new addition to your business, where you are going to be a musician's event coordinator.
That's correct. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that is going to be so much fun, because you're talking to someone who loves events. I love putting on events. So, so being that coordinator with music, I think, is going to be a welcome additive too.
People are going to love that. And here, real quick, here it is. I'm going to introduce this one, Beverly. What is going on here?
Okay, so there was a bunch of us just got together. I think it was a Friday or Saturday night, and New Year's Eve, actually. This is New Year's Eve.
Sweet.
And so we were on a platform, and everyone was dancing. And it's interesting. You see how we're all in unison?
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? Oh, it gets really...
It
gets really crazy. Excuse me?
That's totally awesome. So that's your avatar?
Yes, that's my avatar right there.
Oh, it ends, so it's...
No, it keeps going. Oh, maybe that's all. No, there should be more to it. Anyway, what it is it's the floor. So there's a script in the floor, so that when your avatar comes and gets on the floor, it automatically starts dancing.
That is awesome.
Isn't it?
Really quick, I know that, the holograms and everything is so important. Even back in the 90s, in Lollapalooza, and then, they had that hologram of Tupac, and everybody was amazed. And this is kind of the same thing. You can imagine musicians playing and creating their avatar and playing with each other, and you could be around the world, Rome and Italy,
exactly.
Iowa, whatever. Yeah. So, it's just awesome. That would be really cool to have. It is cool. It's fun.
And that's what music is all about, right? Doesn't it just it just brings that little child out in you, where you just want to cut loose and just let it all hang out, so to speak.
That's right. Yeah, we're blowing off the wall. Part of my ceiling gap came down, so that's awesome. We're blowing off the roof here at this program. Beverly Zeimet. Right. That's awesome. Then, let's see. Do you want to look at any other pictures or have?
Oh, you can just flash them if you want.
Okay.
We have stages. I mean,
Yeah.
hey, this is in the metaverse. This is
Right.
wherever, whatever your mind can conceive in this, it can be. So you can have stages outside. I think there's a picture of a stage that I sent you where we're outside in the sand.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if you can see the beach there, but there was a bunch of us. We all kind of got together, and it was a karaoke night.
Oh,
right?
okay. With John Michael?
No, John Michael was a concert. Now, John Michael Ferrari is a country singer, and he's coming up in the ranks. And it was just a few months ago that we had his concert. Yeah, in the Metaverse, and this is him live in concert, right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and this was an indoor stage.
Right? And that was built from creators within the company, right?
Yes, exactly. The gentleman to the far, well, let's see, as you're looking at your screen, to be to your far left, right there. Yeah, that's Robert. He's the one that created it. He's actually our creator, and really has actually put the majority of all of these scenes that you're seeing together.
Wow, what a mastermind.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then he's pretty popular too, this John Michael Edwards, right?
Ferrari,
that's
like
right.
the car.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's some dancers and.
Yeah, that's me in the pink boots there.
Right on. I noticed that everybody in Avatar looks maybe back to 24 again, right? Everybody can go back to 24.
Whatever. And the other gal is Holly. You know Holly.
Yeah.
So yeah, she was just getting used to coming in with an avatar, and
that is awesome.
So, we were having a lot of fun.
I can't wait for the day when myself and others, we can be up there playing and singing and.
Well, and there's different ways that you can do it when you're live and in concert. It's a beautiful thing, and you can be there in your real skin suit here, but you're also there in your avatar form. And the nicest thing about being there, especially if you're an A-listed artist, right? You don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about being attacked on the stage because everybody wants your attention.
Right.
You don't have to worry about anybody throwing eggs at you or whatever the case may be, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Because it's a safe environment, yet you're able to interact with your fans. That's the neat thing about it. You can interact with your fans, and when you're in virtual reality, you can have live concerts playing at any time of the day or night. So let's just say that a group of you guys got together. So let's just say maybe there's 10 of you. I like round numbers, they're easy to figure.
Cool.
So let's just say there's a group of 10 of you, and everybody is just starting out. And so you pool your funds and decide to buy some land in the MEGAVERUS where we're at, right? So you buy a piece of land and you build this beautiful place to where you'll have a stage outside and you'll have a stage inside, right?
Nice.
And so everyone can use this stage, but you're working together as a community, as a conglomeration, right? And build it the way you want. And everybody has a different time that they can use it. And then when it's not being used, it can start paying for itself because you can lease it out to someone on the other side of the pond, right?
Yep. It's so exciting, and it's going to be great.
And that's the fun thing about virtual reality. It never goes away.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what style of event that you have or what time of day or night or what time zone, because when you walk into the virtual reality space, there is no time and space.
Oh, that's
right.
Awesome.
Everything just becomes like one, right? And you lose track. I mean, you literally lose track of time. And it's interesting, the psychological part of it. And this is now that really touches on my passion, because I work a lot with the science and the mind and all of that, right? So
Nice.
when you're walking into the virtual reality space, what happens is you elevate yourself out of the beta consciousness, the earth plane, so to speak. And
Mhm.
now you're in this alpha state, which is a higher elevation of frequency, which moves you into kind of that beginning of dream state, when you go into a meditation. So
Mhm.
everything is kind of a level playing ground. And
Awesome.
the brain, this is the
Yeah.
cool part. When the brain sees another avatar right there beside you, like pull up
Mhm.
another one of the pictures.
Let's
Doesn't
see
matter
what-
which one you pull up.
Okay.
And
Let's do that one we just had here. The Michael one, either one. How about this one?
now bring up a
Yeah.
different.
That one we have three of them. This one and the one where everybody's moving and grooving.
Okay, well, just this one's fine. This is
Okay.
fine. And so when you see there's three of us there,
Uh-huh.
each one of our brains says to the other brain, "Oh, this is somebody you hear. There's a real person here.
Wow.
This is somebody I can talk with." Right? And you're having that face-to-face conversation.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
And so now you're feeling connected. You're being around people,
Mm-hmm.
right? And these are people. And they
Right.
look like people, talk like people, walk like people. They're not some kind of far out of this world creature,
Yeah.
cartoon looking thing, right? I mean, it's real. And when you look at the bodies, like the one when we were dancing,
Mm-hmm.
right? We danced for about 3 or 4 hours that night. Oh my goodness. I got up the next
Wow.
day and I'm like,
You're all sore.
my legs hurt, And it's like, oh yeah. Because when you're in the virtual reality space
Uh-huh.
and you're making those movements, because your brain says this is real and that activity is taking place,
Yep.
your neurotransmitters in the brain are sending out messages to
Yes.
your neurological and your muscular system, and it's firing.
Yep. Wow.
And so now you're getting a workout. So now that
Definitely.
another place, can you work out in here? Oh, yes, you can.
Oh yes. On that note, real quick, yes, the gaming industry obviously is one of the hugest, for example, on Amazon, the hugest in demand thing. Our world is, Web 3.0 now. Businesses are more and more getting involved. With music too, it's exciting because there's a lot of A-list famous artists that have booked already. We've
Exactly.
had the Foo Fighters, we've had Snoop Dogg, and many, many others that are just really getting excited about this. And my opinion is we're going to see more and more, obviously commerce and people are buying. Another famous artist said that, NFTs, a lot of these songs are NFTs now, so we just keep evolving. So what do you say about that? Because I think it's very exciting to be in a virtual reality playing. Real quick, we can maybe touch on that. Would be super awesome for all you musicians and performers. Feel how this can benefit yourselves.
Oh, they're seeing it. Now they're calling them hybrid, right? Because now we're doing 3 different styles. We're doing the Zoom Square style, which is similar to what we're on here, with the streaming that you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then we're also doing live in real person, and then now we're doing live in the virtual reality. So they're called a hybrid.
Mixed reality.
Shows, right?
Yeah.
And so what you were just saying, about the NFTs and about the A-list artists, and it's giving them another audience, a further reach, and businesses as well. Everything is a business. As a musician, that's a business. I mean, if you're going to take your music seriously, then you deserve to get paid for it, and you deserve to have an audience, and you deserve to be able to have that exposure, and the virtual reality element of it gives you that opportunity to come in style. I mean, look at this. This is in style, right?
Yes.
This isn't your little karaoke machine, that you're sitting up on a, on a cardboard stage, so to speak, in a bar at the end of the corner, that maybe, hopefully somebody will walk in and listen to you, right?
Yep.
This is giving you an opportunity to have exposure
Yes.
and to
Globally.
look like a class A person. Because again, let's go back to the psychology in the brain and how
Yeah.
the mind works. So when the mind sees something like this, it gives a different feeling, right? And
Amazing.
comfortable to be in.
Yeah.
And you can start out being top notch, right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, but every one of these A-list artists got started somewhere in a garage.
Yes.
Right?
Ron, yeah, you're absolutely right. I wanted to test, yeah, because about like the whole little bar scene and people have been there and done that, and it was just so difficult playing, getting gigs and stuff like that. The
Right.
reason why this is so awesome is it's just easy. You can go in
Well,
a
it's
VR
there
and streaming.
24/7, right? It's there
Yep.
24/7. So you don't have to worry about, booking around anybody else. You don't have to worry
Hmm.
about the club closing down because
Yeah.
clubs in virtual reality never close their door.
Yeah. And another one. Here's one. I can't play, dude. I can't do it because of this and all. Well, okay. Well, I'm going into VR. Bye. So sorry, sorry that
Right.
you. Yep.
Well, it's interesting, just like speakers, being on stage, they call that stage fright,
Yes.
butterflies in the stomach, a lot of different names for it.
Yeah.
Whether you're a speaker or a musician, sometimes getting on that stage and the audience is out there, all of a sudden you just kind of freeze up, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
And it's like, oh my gosh. Well, what they're finding and what we've discovered in virtual reality is that it's like your alter ego comes out.
Oh.
And when you're a speaker and you're standing on a stage in the virtual reality, you are giving the talk of your life because everything drops. There's no anxiety. You
Mm.
don't have to worry about, are people staring at me? What's my hair look like? Does my clothes look okay? All of
Yep.
that kind of stuff. It for whatever reason, you step into that virtual reality space, it disappears.
Amazing.
And I think there's a show out. I saw something a while back here where they have a show kind of like The Voice,
Oh
right?
yes.
Music
Uh-huh.
show
Hmm.
where it's all done in the virtual reality space. So the artist, because they're nervous about being on stage,
Hmm.
so they're actually in virtual reality
Mm.
doing their song, right?
Yep.
And pouring their hearts out like there's no tomorrow because they're nervous about being on a stage in front of an audience.
Very
And
much so.
and then, once the show is over, once the song is over, then they open up the curtain and the in live person comes walking out versus the one that was
Hmm.
in the avatar form, and
Yeah.
they talked a little bit about how it felt differently being on stage in your avatar versus standing right here on stage now
Yep.
having a conversation.
That's awesome. Awesome. You're
Yeah.
giving out. Don't reveal too many of my secrets.
That's
Now, so we're almost up to the hour here, Beverly, and friends, we're listening to Beverly Zeimet. She's the lead ambassador from Rhino XR Studios. And what else can we say? This has been a broadcast that is phenomenal. It's mind blowing. If you really enjoy this, go ahead and drop your email link. I'll be presenting this more and more. Obviously the crew, Beverly, and we're bringing on some really talented and great guests. So stay tuned for that. That's for definite sure.
Oh yeah, and once we get into MegaVerus itself, we'll be
Uh,
doing some live coming out of there, showing exactly what the platform looks like to
mhm.
where, people can come in and enjoy and interact with, right?
Awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's sweet. Well, that'll wrap it up. I like mine just to the point and bada bing, bada bam. And
there you go.
so I really appreciate you coming on and your encouragement and all you do.
Well,
I'm
thank
sure.
you, Matthew. It was a pleasure
Um,
being here. And
yeah.
just remember, anybody out there looking for a stage of any kind,
Hmm. Yep.
reach out to Matthew because he's your event concert planner and he's got a stage for you.
That's right. All right. Well, we'll end with some little music here, and then we will see you next time, friends. All right.
Bye.
come back now. Yeah. Woo.